So Kim Possible is about a friend of mine. Like, it's a tribute to my friend, but it's also a combination of lessons that were derived from a phone call that I had with her. She was worried about me, and the Holy Spirit whispered to her that pray for Snominkosi, pray for this, and that. And the prayer points were just so much appreciated because it's stuff that I was going through. And when she told me that God said I should pray for you about this, I was like, wow, God cares so much. Like, on days when I feel like he's not there, he's there, and he's whispering things to people like, pray for her about this, pray about this. I'm like, God, you are amazing. You are amazing. So Kim is a friend of mine. We met 2 years ago in a group chat. Yes, in a group chat called Group Therapy. So it was a space full of people. The founder of Group Therapy, shout out to Vuisile Ndlovu, the founder of Group Therapy, mentioned that it's a space that he created for people to be able to socialize. I think it was during the pandemic or afterwards. So it was a way of people connecting so that they don't enter into spaces like depression, just to keep each other happy, share memes, connect, even face to face, go out for game nights, comedy nights, and all of that. So he created that platform so that people could connect and be able to unwind, let it be a safe space to share what you're going through and not be judged. So there was a lot that was being spoken of, deep conversations in that group at the time. And I remember one of the people who spoke so much sense was Kim. Like, I made a number of connections and friends from that group, and I'm so grateful for them. Shout out to Bongo, shout out to Vuisi Ndlovu, shout out to Kim, obviously, like the one that I'm talking about. Like, I met so many connections. Ugai Wongwe, aka KB, I met so many amazing people from that group, and I'm so grateful for them because they've taught me so much. So Kim, I saw that she speaks sense. When someone just writes things that you connect to, they're like, this is my person. So I would just always look at her messages and I'll be like, I want to meet this person. And she would also respond to what I would say, and she'd be like, okay, this is deep. I'm like, oh, Kim said what I said is deep. I'll get so excited when Kim would respond to what I would say. And eventually we ended up going to the DMs. Like, we ended up going to the DMs. It was her birthday at the time, so I wrote a song for her, and I sent it to her DM. And she was so grateful. So yeah, we spoke from there, and then we decided to meet up. She lives in another city, so when she came to Bulawayo, my city, she was like, Snomi, I'm around, let's meet. So we met for the first time last year in February, and I tell you, that was a rich meeting. Because we sat and we had mocktails, because we don't drink alcohol. So we had mocktails, and she offered to pay. That was so sweet of her. She's like, Snomi, I'm the one who called you, so I'm gonna pay for this, okay? Kim is classy, guys. Kim is classy. She's a lady, full-time lady. And I was telling her that me sitting here with you feels like I'm sitting with Mpumi Ledwaba. And she's like, oh, me sitting here with you feels like I'm sitting with Michelle Obama. I was like, ooh. You see the connection already. It's like she sees someone great in me, and I see someone great in her, because Mpumi Ledwaba to me is that woman that speaks depth. Mpumi is one person whom I connect with. She's a YouTuber, she's a businesswoman, she's just amazing. Check her out, check out her videos. So I was like, I feel like I'm sitting with Mpumi Ledwaba, and I just see that in Kim. She's just an amazing person. So we had a great time. We spoke so much, and just time was running. It's like, I wish we had a whole day, because I always tell her that you and I should go out for a camp, because the stuff that we talk about could take days. So we need to go out for a camp, just the two of us. Go camping, spend the time talking, catching up, because we always have a lot to talk about. She's a rich soul. So I made this video after a conversation that we had, I think a couple of weeks ago. We spoke, and she touched on so much. That call was prophetic, I tell you, because God had been whispering things like the story of Elijah sending out his servant to check if there is a cloud outside. They were expecting rain, I think. I've never really read the full thing, but I know of the story. So I'd been thinking about that whole thing where the servant ran out 7 times, and then he saw a cloud as small as a hand, and he came back to Elijah like, there's a cloud as small as a hand. And Elijah's like, that's what we're waiting for. So Kim spoke about this, and it was confirmation. Oh, you know, Snomi, there's something like this and that, and it confirmed it. Okay, so God really is speaking to me that I should look at this cloud. Even if it's small, it's gonna bring abundant rain. It won't even rain, it will pour. So yeah, Kim, that call that I had with Kim a few weeks ago was just prophetic and profound and just amazing. And so it led to this podcast because a few weeks ago, last month in October, it was her birthday. So I was debating in my head on what to get her, what to do for her, what kind of words to say, because sometimes I feel like words are not enough to express love to people. I want to do things for people. I found ways to do things for people just to make them feel appreciated. It may not be a birthday, or it may be a birthday or whatever, but I try to make sure that I give you something special, something tangible. So I figured, let me make a podcast about you, girl. So shout out to you, baby girl. You know, you are amazing. If you're watching this, I want you to know that you are amazing. You are such a beautiful woman. Like, guys, I'm going to put a picture of her and you're gonna see she is beautiful. She is lovely. She is gorgeous. She's a lady, man. She's got this nice body. She takes care of herself. She's those hands that will, I feel like she's got a skincare routine. I feel like she's got, you know, when her things are like, one day when she lives her dream life, she'll be that hand, I think, who'll have a collection of perfumes. I'll be that hand, by the way. Collection of perfumes, shoes and stuff. So Kim is that person who looks like she's always moisturized, always clean. She's a lady. She sits like a lady, upright, crossed legs. You know, she treats herself like royalty because she's royalty. You know, Kim. You're such an inspiration. You are such an inspiration to me. It's in the depth that you have. I wasn't amazed when I was told that you were the head girl of your school, because the leadership that you portray, the leadership that you give, the leadership that you have shows that you are an ordained leader, bruh. It's like you are selfless as well, and you're not afraid to point out if you don't like something. You've got that thing that I don't have, where you're able, okay, I bind that spirit, I have it, I need to just manifest it. Through Christ Jesus. You've got that thing where you're able to just say it as it is. You're candid, straightforward, cash talk, you know, like, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't like this, you know. So I admire that about you, because it makes people respect you. I think it gives respect, like people are able to respect you and know that there's boundaries that are not supposed to be crossed. So you're that type of person. You are sweet, man. You are gorgeous. You are selfless. And I think one of the things that I love about you, or one thing that I love the most about you, is your relationship with God. You love God so much, and I guess that is why it makes us easy to connect, because we connect from a spiritual level. I did mention that in the podcast. I'm going to talk about friendship. Ooh, I can't wait for this one, friendship, because God has been teaching me so much about friendship, right? So there's a space where you connect from the spiritual. It's called intimate friendships. Intimate friendship is got nothing to do with like intimacy. I think when people hear the word intimacy, they think of sex and stuff. No, it's got nothing to do with that. Intimacy is deeper than the physical intertwine, you know. So you connect at a spiritual level. It's like your spirits are intertwined, your spirits are connected. So that I have kingdom friends like that. I thank God that He has blessed me with kingdom friends. I'm going to talk about them in my friendship video podcast. So Kim, you are that person whom we connected at a spiritual level, where you'll feel something before I even say it. You finish the sentence for me. I appreciate that so much, and the list could go on. You are just intelligent, super intelligent. Like the things that you say, you can tell that this person is well read. She reads books like How to Kill a Mockingbird. I love that book. You know, she reads business articles. She's a website developer or something, some computer genius. She reminds me of, yeah, man, she reminds me of this other software that I used to have in my computer back in the day. It was called Eliza, I think. You chat with that thing. It's a software. You log in and you fill in your name and you start talking to it. It's like a friend that you have in the computer, so you speak to it. She was so intelligent. So Eliza was super intelligent. Like, you ask her, do you have a boyfriend? She's like, let's talk about something else. Are you married? She's like, none of your business. She was such a sweet friend to have, even though like she never existed. She was very intelligent and she gave super smart responses. So Kim reminds me of that Eliza, I don't remember the name. So yeah, Kim reminds me of that application that you have such deep conversations and you're just enjoying the flow. Kim is not rude, by the way. She's just not rude. She's just straightforward. She's amazing. She's kind. She's loving. She's just all things fruit of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So I pray that God blesses you, babes. A happy belated birthday. This is so late, but happy belated birthday either way. I want you to know that I appreciate you and I thank God for bringing us together. I'm so grateful. I remember when you heard the podcast, I'll just read out what you said. You sent me a message and you were like, sorry guys, hold on. While you listen to the chickens crying, I'm gonna be looking for Kim's message. Yeah. She was like, okay, I'm listening to you right now. I want to cry right now. Hearing you speak about me. Love you. I love you. Thank you for dedicating an entire episode to me. I feel like one of God's favorites because He gave me a friend and sister like you. This is one of the most beautiful things anyone has ever done for me. I'm listening to the episode as I'm typing. You're not afraid? Okay. Kim is not afraid to rebuke sin when she sees it. Like, she's one of those people who, when you're messing up, she'll tell you like, girl, you need to fix your ways. You need to fix your ways because this leads to hell. She's that type of person. So yeah, man, she's like, the whole episode is ministering to me. Because I'm going to talk about the rest of the stuff at the end. So it's going to make sense. She's like, set strong boundaries for yourself. Guard your heart as you seek God's kingdom first. Prepare for Jesus' second coming. I'm going to read out that later. So yeah, happy belated birthday to you, girl. I'm so grateful that you feel blessed to have me in your life because I feel blessed to have you in my life. The duration of our friendship feels like we've known each other for years, like years, 10 years plus, but it's only been such a short space, and that's how I see that it's God sent, it's God ordained. So man, I'm grateful for you, and I just want the world to know that I love you, girl. So yeah, let me read out stuff that I wrote for the Kim Possible. I'm sure when you grew up during our times, like the 2008 so going, there's a cartoon called Kim Possible. So Kim made it possible for me to record this. So this is why I named it Kim Possible. So yeah, let me read this. In this season that I'm in, God has been speaking to me in bits and pieces. Sometimes He really goes quiet because He wants me to trust the little cloud that He gave me will be enough to bring abundant rain, like I spoke about this cloud. To trust the words that He has spoken, the promises, the great promises for my life, that they'll come to pass, they'll come to life even when there seems to be no hope at all. I choose to believe. My conversation with Kim made me realize God really loves me because He spoke so much through Kim and touched so many areas of my life. I've spoken about this. Sometimes it gets very hard to seek God when my eyes can't see His move in my life, when my ears haven't heard His beautiful voice, when my tongue feels it hasn't tasted much of His goodness, when my nose hasn't smelled any sweet scent from heaven, when my hands can't seem to touch the hem of His garment during days when my faith is so low. But I have come to learn that it honors God so much when I choose to trust Him, even when my senses contradict Him. It honors Him when I choose to remember that He is still God in the valley, just as He is still God in the mountaintop. On the mountaintop, My conversation with Kim made me realize that being in the waiting season is preparation. Guys, Kim is amazing. We were speaking about the waiting season, how waiting is different. Waiting in God's presence is different from being in the wilderness. The devil will put you in the wilderness where it's super dry, but God puts you in waiting where it's safe under his shadow. I'll talk about this some other time when I'm inspired to. So like we're speaking about waiting, and she sent me a YouTube video up by Ezinezara called Waiting in the Wilderness. Yeah, it's special because I wanted to talk about waiting in the wilderness, and I found an episode about the same thing. I was like, this is God, this is God, this is God. So Kim, she's the type of person who sees something, she's like, let me watch this, you know. So anyway, being in the waiting season is preparation. Sometimes delay is not denial, but it is preparation and for development, so that we don't ruin the blessings when they do come or lose them. I'm so grateful that in this waiting season, I am blessed and surrounded by kingdom friends. Friends who I might not always see or talk to, but in spirit, we never lose each other's sight. Our spirits are intertwined. I'm very grateful for my friend Kim, who has been nothing short of amazing. I cannot echo just how grateful I am for her and for our conversation. As the year ends, now this is for you guys. Everything is for you. As the year ends, I am very cautious of the company I keep and the spiritual presence I am allowing into my space. It is a challenge I have for you as well, to be protective of the energy you surround yourself with. End the year on a good note. Be at peace with everyone, but set strong boundaries for yourself, because the devil wants to pull down believers. And no better way of doing so than infiltrating your camp and your mind. Guard your heart and protect your mind thoroughly as you seek God's kingdom first. His angels will guard your camp as well, because the word says, the angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him. Prepare for 2024 wisely. Don't let everyone have access to you. Don't let just anyone speak into your life. Make the most of November and December. Above all, prepare for Jesus Christ's second coming. So this is something that I wrote, and I wanted to speak from my head, but I was like, let me read this out. I know it sucks when someone's reading something out, but man. So anyway, this is from me to you, and as you prepare to end the year, listen, it's not too late for God to bless you. God is a God of the 11th hour. He can still deliver what he promised you at the beginning of the year. So keep trusting God. Whatever you're waiting for, trust God that if it's still within his timing, he will still deliver it. It's not too late. Prepare for the coming year. Ask God to guide you. If it means going to prayer more and more, ask God to guide you on what to plan, on what to say, how to draft your resolutions. If you do write resolutions, if you have goals, write them down so that you live a proper 2024, a fruitful 2024, you know. So yeah, man, prepare for Jesus Christ's second coming. Like he's on his way. I don't know if we're going to be the generation to see him come, but if we are, may we be like the 5 wise virgins who were prepared and who had oil in their lamps. Man, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm preparing to record another episode. So yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed this one. May God bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you and give you grace and peace at all times. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. Till next time, bye for today.